Hello my dear friends, welcome to the channel. My name is Vlad, I am a DJ and one-man band music producer, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a Anjunadeep style track like Christoph. Very easy, very simple, let's go straight into it. So, what do you guys think of the track? Did you like it? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you did like this track, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, because I'm going to teach you how to make music like that and how to become a full-time music producer. So let's have a look at the kick. I have a very basic kick, just a sample that I've selected from a library. Then I have utility to make my kick in mono so it doesn't take the stereo space of my mix. And after that, I have a compressor. Yeah, so I'm getting around -7 decibels of gain reduction, and I'm also using parallel processing here. So if I mute the compressor, not really big difference, but still it makes sense. I'm not really mixing my track in the beginning, but I just want to show you what you can do at the earliest stage of your track. And after that, I've applied some EQing just to remove very boxy, unpleasant frequencies. So let's have a look at the bass. I'm going to solo the bass. On the bass, I have two layers. The first one is my sub layer, which sounds like that. So if we take a look carefully at our sub layer, the first oscillator is a saw, and the second one is a saw as well. It makes the synth more powerful. This bass is very short because I want it to be punchy, and this is why you need to make your length, the amplitude, look like that, because if I increase the length, it's not really punchy. So this is not what I wanted for this track. So the decay time is about 300 milliseconds. And let's look at the matrix. As you can see, the filter is moving and I'm modulating the frequency cutoff with my second envelope, which looks almost like the first one. It's just a tiny bit shorter, but this is it for the bass. Really simple. For the filter, I'm using PRD mode, which is the best mode for your bass line. And I've applied some resonance, about 36%, and some drive to make my bass line sound fatter. So if we look at the reference track, you can hear that the bass doesn't have a lot of high frequencies. So this is why I've used an equalizer on the bass. And I've cut all of the frequencies that are above 150. If you guys want to learn how to make your kick and bass sound very professional, I'm going to link a video, maybe a playlist as well. So go and watch these videos. You will get tons of value from these videos, and you will learn how to process your kick, how to process your bass, group processing, EQing, all of that. So make sure to watch these videos. Alright, so the next thing I'm using on the bass is a simple overdrive, just to make it a bit more fatter, more powerful, because if I remove the overdrive, yeah, it makes the bass more powerful. And the last step is a side chain. And basically this is it for the bass line. One more thing is a top layer. So let's solo the top layer. For the top layer, I'm using basically the same approach. I have two oscillators. The first one is a saw, but you can play around with different waveforms to make it more interesting. The second envelope is controlling the cutoff frequency, and yeah, just the same thing. So if you guys want to learn how to layer your Anjunadeep bass, there's a video coming on Tuesday where I will be diving deeper into the details, the processing, how to layer your bass, but this is just the idea what you can get as a result. So make sure guys to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the video. You will get tons of value in that video on Thursday. Alright, basically this is it for the low end. Let's listen one more time. Now guys, let's talk about instruments. So the first thing is a piano. I'm going to mute all of the processing and just show you the chords that I have. And let's mute the So let's look at the rhythm first. The rhythm is very simple. It's just 16th notes. As you can see, there's a gap to 16th notes here. So one thing which is a bit different is this one. So we have this chord, the new chord, on the downbeat. And here, basically, the pattern is just repeating. And then again, we have a new chord here. And again, the same pattern is playing. So now, guys, let's talk about chords. As you can see here, so let's delete this note. This is called a power chord. A power chord is when you use the root note, in this case, this is an E, and a fifth. A fifth is a very, very strong interval. So I would say the strongest intervals are an octave and the fifth. So here we are using B, and E and B is a fifth. So if you would need a fifth from E, B is a fifth, or you can also use an A, which is also a fifth. But it doesn't sound as good as B in this case, of course. And the next step is just to add one more E, which will be the bass note of our chord. Alright, so I hope you guys get this one, and let's move to the next chord. The next chord is a C major, and as you can see, I'm using the same approach. I have a basic chord here, and I'm just adding the C over here as a bass note. And after C, we have a G major as well. And after that, we have a very similar chord that we've had in the beginning. So pay attention to that. So this is an open chord. So pay attention to that, guys. You can see that we have an E and an A, which is a fifth, and that means that this is a power chord. So if you've listened carefully, you can really feel that this chord progression, especially in the beginning, it has, kind of uplifting, very powerful mood. And this is achieved through using power chords. So once again, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a MIDI track, and I'm going to show you once again how to make a power chord. So for example, you take an E, which is a root note, and here is a B, and you have a power chord. Really, really simple. So from E, the fifth is either B or an A. So these two right here, these are power chords. All right, I hope you guys get this one. And yeah, basically just the power chords here. Then we are using the same C major chord, and this is the last chord that we are using. It's a D major. As you can see, the track is in major, and this one is used for a nice transition, because if I would have to remove this one or use the C over here, it won't sound really good. So let me show you. I mean, it sounds okay. That sounds good, but not as good when we are using this D major. By the way, if you guys want to learn how to make Anjunadeep style chords, chord progressions without knowing a lot of music theory, I'm going to teach you how to do that in this video. So I'm going to link a video up here. This is my most popular video on the channel, and you will learn how to make Anjunadeep chords progressions, and you will get a tons of value. So make sure to watch this one as well. Alright, so let's now talk about processing. The processing on the piano is not that complicated. If we listen to the reference, the piano is really wide, and this is of course not the finished processing, but you will get the idea how to get similar kind of sound. So overdrive, I'm just using to add power to my piano. And the next one is an echo. You can use any delay you'd like. And this makes your piano wider. And if you want to have some tips how to make your piano some more professional, more nice, I will also link one more video that you can watch, and you will get 6 powerful techniques that will help you to take your pianos to the next level. Alright, so this delay, it makes your piano wider. So the next delay is really simple. It's called Haas effect. Basically, it makes your sound really, really wide, and this is what I've tried to achieve. So it sounds really similar to the reference track. The next thing, guys, is a drone. It's a preset you can find in Ableton. It's called Off-World Strings, and I just use it to fill the background, make the track a bit more interesting, add some atmospheres and sounds like that. And the final part is the vocal. Yeah, really simple. So this is it for the instruments. I haven't processed the group yet. And yeah, let's move to the drums. The drums are pretty interesting. So on the group I have overdrive, just to add some crunch to my drums, because if I mute the overdrive, yeah, it makes the drums more powerful, more interesting, adds crunch. So let's look at the hi-hat pattern. It's really, really simple. One interesting thing is that I'm using here, you can see 2 notes. So let's listen how it sounds. And basically that pattern just keeps repeating, and it's 2 bars long. So basically this is it. So for the hat itself, I am using a sample, and I've added attack to make it sound like a shaker. But if I would use no attack, we get that transient that is not really what I wanted for this track. So this is why I'm gonna increase attack. And you can also play around with the decay time. For this track, I think it's good with a short decay time. And on the hat, basically this is it. Let's now talk about shaker. As you can see, it's groovy, it's interesting, and I've achieved that through using 2 samples. So this is the first one, and this is the second one. And I'm also using a vocoder. It makes the shaker sound more noisy. You can hear this technique in a lot of Anjunadeep releases. So this one's really cool, one that you can use for your shakers, for your hats, for basically for any kind of drums. And yeah, you just need to make a pattern like this. Maybe you can also play around with velocity, maybe do something like that. to make it more groovy. Don't forget about the groove. So this is it for the shakers. Just use 2 shakers and make a pattern like this, and don't forget about the groove here and the clap. So basically the purpose of the clap in the track, if you listen to the clap, it just adds nice atmosphere and groove to the track as well. I've applied some reverb on the return channel and here the delay to make the clap sound like more spacious, wider. And the last thing, guys, is this rim. I've added it to make the drum loop more interesting, add some groove. It wasn't in the original track, but I just thought that, you know, I want to add something for myself, be a little bit more creative. But basically, this is it. The track is really simple, and really the key is the sound design, the arrangement, the structure, and it's all about simplicity. If you can make your track sound with less amount of instruments, tracks, that means that you are really good at music production. So if you guys want to see step by step how I made this track from scratch, I will be doing a free Anjunadeep training, and you can also get this project for free. So I'm giving the project away, and also I will send you a link to the webinar which I will be launching very soon. So that was all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you guys on Thursday. Bye.